Good morning. All right, good morning, guitar. Good morning. And good morning to you out there in the land of the internet, or internet. Good morning to you. It's good to hear from you, Mr. Lex, Mr. G. First one through the gate this morning. Good morning to you. How is your guitar playing going? Mr. G, how is your guitar journey coming along? And I see good morning, Kevin. Good morning to you, my friend. Still got a ways to go before we're tuned up. We're almost there. Every day, better and better. That's a great response, my friend. That's great. Right alongside. Good morning. Sounds great, Jason. Hey, right alongside. Good morning. Thank you kindly. Nick, good morning. What a great thing it is to be a traveling companion. Love that. Love that YouTube handle, right alongside. It's a good thing. I'm coming from a place this morning. I'm coming from a kind of a wild place. I want to set my intention sort of publicly this morning. And Raul is just in time for this. I wanted to set an intention because I wanted to set an intention that isn't necessarily for myself. It's not selfish. It's not selfless. It's just what it is. It's that joy that we find in the guitar. You know the joy I'm talking about, right? The joy that we find in the guitar. You know that there are people in the world there are those of us, and this is pretty serious, right? This is a pretty big deal. There are those of us who are in this world. We don't have any hobbies. We don't have anything that is really sort of, we don't have a faith. We don't really have faith. We don't have a real great traveling companion. So this is what Nick is bringing here this morning, and right alongside. And I thought maybe we should talk about that. So the joy that I just take for granted every day in my guitar life, the simple joy and the pleasure of being with my guitar in the morning, because this is the first thing that I do every weekday morning, right? I tune up, I get seated down and breathe. How many people do you know in your life? You don't have to name anybody here, but how many people do I know in my life that don't take the time to just simply sit down and learn how to breathe for themselves, breathe in and breathe out. And then there's this really simple joy. It makes me sad sometimes because this simple joy, I know there are people in my life who just don't see the light, who always see negativity and who always see dark places, and something as simple as D chord with D major 7 with C sharp in the bass to B minor 7 to the 4 chord to the 5 sus to the 5 that leads back to the D is something that can bring so much fluidity and joy to one's life. And there are people on this planet who are walking this planet right now who will never enjoy that moment. So for that we here are blessed with that ability to experience that. I definitely never want to take it for granted. Like, I started this live stream at the beginning of the year without the interest of vanity, of seeking vanity, right? And I'm all this and I'm all that, and I need everyone to like me, and I need everyone to compliment me and think that I'm a great guitar player. Well, I want you to know that you are a great guitar player, and you're doing exactly what it is you need to do. And all of those other things, all of those other sort of like injustices or inequities in the world will work themselves out if we just continue to remember that charity starts at home. I think that's what my intention is today. It's a little deep, maybe a little bit unprofessional for today, but it is what it is. And I had a friend that used to say that a lot. I used to hate it, and now I've just said it. And it's a very simple thing, and I just definitely don't want to take for granted that we're able to sit here together and enjoy the guitar together, although we might enjoy it in different ways. We're definitely able to enjoy something together. So let's go ahead and do a full-blown warm-up today. We're starting with two finger warm-ups, the fingers 3 and 4. And this is for all of those moments where we forget that we should be treated with and treat others with grace. It's right there. It's real simple. It's in the it's in the commandments, right? Really hard thing to, really simple, but really difficult thing to follow sometimes. But anyway, I digress. We're going back into the world of self-discipline for this morning, and we're starting with our breath. We're starting with the metronome. The metronome is clicking away at 60 beats per minute. And this is a corrective morning for me. This is a correctional morning for me. And I gotta tell you, I gotta admit, sometimes I feel like, you guys have been patient with me, especially Kevin's been here for the long haul. But I do feel a little bit like this has been a little bit like jumping around and singing and dancing like a monkey. I really like to do those things, but I know everyone's here for sort of this is advertised as a morning ritual for guitar growth. And I suppose sometimes we are allowed to deviate or depart from the normal sort of rigmarole. But I wanted to remind myself that this is sacred time. This is time that I use to repeat what I do and find higher levels, you know, like that higher place. Who's it? This Mr. Stills wrote a song called Higher Place. I forget the name of the tune, but friend Jeff Pivar played it and for me for a few students of mine and a few students of ours, and you know, it brings back the spirit of that kind of performance, like his performance of that. I have a video if you guys would like to see it. I'd be happy to share a video of you with a really intimate. It's a solo electric guitar performance, and not many people have seen it, but a lot of people like Mr. Pivar's playing. If you're interested in taking a look at it privately, I'll send you a link in an email. You can go ahead and do that. You can email me at grow or Jason at jasoncareyguitar.com. And he, it's just a small little room. You know, the backdrop of the performance space was actually hand painted by yours truly. Yeah, so we've even done all of that stuff. So, but we're really I'm really wanting to be thankful for the time that I have to spend with the guitar this morning, because there are so many other people in the world who it's always been my dream and my calling to play the guitar, and I'm not really sure why. It comes from above, I think, but I hope it does anyway. And fingers 2 and 4 on frets 9 and 12. Just to be thankful, just to come back and ground myself in a world of gratitude and thanks. And I keep forgetting this is really, I think I mostly manage to do this every morning, but I'm not sure if I nail it or not. And I really want to be nailing the gratitude and the thankfulness of having the gift of being able to play the guitar in my lifetime. Really enjoy it. So I know this isn't for everybody, you know, but for those of us who this is for, we really feel this like really down deep, you know. So welcome here. I appreciate you being here this morning. You can go ahead and say a little, if you'd like, you know, you could say a little good morning, guitar. Good morning, guitar. Check in on the voice, you know, check in on its voice. How is it responding to barometric pressure today? The other day we were having a difficult time tuning, if you remember that, and I think the barometric pressure definitely, over the years I've noted, because I keep records of weather patterns and all of that stuff, and I notice that the days where I have I don't know if you've noticed the same thing, but I've noticed personally days where barometric pressure shifts a little bit and a little heavier. It's a little harder for me to tune for some reason, you know. I'm not sure, that's a sort of a human flaw, I guess, but so fingers 1 and 4 on so 1 and 4 on 7 and 12, and we've got this really nice spread here going, and we're going to make it all the way down to position number 1. Good morning, Jill. Good morning, Dan. I see Dan, the brother from the north, sister from the west, brother from the little further west. If you start your day in gratitude, it's very difficult to have a bad attitude. You know, that's great. And coming from, I've talked to a friend of mine, he's a commissioner of corrections, and I have some friends in the administration and Department of Justice. And one of these guys, he's the warden for a prison, right, currently, and so I asked him, I said, how do you do this every day? And he's like, and he even guarded over his dad, his old man, when he was a CEO back in the day. Just amazing person, and he said, the first thing I do is I put a smile on my face. He's he's a soldier, a former soldier, loaded with PTSD, like loaded with it. But he's overcome it, right? So most of us don't overcome it, but he did. He had to, I think. And he said, the first thing I do is I put a smile on my face, and I say, I got this, before he even gets out of bed. And then I said, you know what, Randy, that is a beautiful sentiment, just a wonderful thing to hear, because what you do is ultimately pretty thankless, and fingers 2 and 3 and 4 on 10, 11, and 12. So we're building this program where he's, kind of building compost. It's a common thing to sort of teach ag to people who are sort of like doing the time, beekeeping and other ag things, and I said, so we were building these rings, these fences, and they were like 5 feet tall. He's in there mucking around in there with a rake, what do you call it? Like a hay fork, a pitchfork, hay fork, and flipping the things around, and he's in his suit and tie, the commissioner, and I'm thinking, wow, the warden. He's now the commissioner, but the warden at the time, and so he gets out of there. We're talking. I'm like, so what's the plan here? And he says, oh, we're gonna make like 80 more of these. And I'm like, they were 20 feet wide, 5 feet tall, circular, and they were just full of food. They were recycling, and he's a master composter, master beekeeper, and he says, oh yeah, this is easy. This is another thing. This is a piece of cake. I'm like, what do you mean this is a piece of cake? There's nothing about this that is easy. And he said, the best thing about it is I'm doing this all and I'm coming here every day, and I'm not getting shot at. I don't have enemy fire coming at me. And I said, oh, well, that kind of puts it all in perspective, right? And so he's practicing the gratitude. First thing that he does every day before he gets out of the bed, and that's what he does. He likes to smile and practice the gratitude. So I like that. It's very difficult to have a bad attitude. I like that, Dan. That resonates pretty hard over here. Really, really hearing that language. So just being thankful this morning. Just another, if nothing else, if I don't get anything else from this morning's ritual for guitar growth, I hope to shift my step. So turn around, get back to higher ground. I hope to do the hokey pokey. I hope to reacquaint myself with the honest approach to my guitar. That's it. Really simple. And I told you all, I share with you occasionally that I really hope this is going to be an honest approach all year long, and I think I've sort of legitimately I'm delivering on my promise. I think that's where I'm coming from. The guitar, the performance end of the guitar practice is a different thing, and maintaining a good rapport with your performing self is essential if you're going to be a performing musician, a performing guitar player. But there are so many. We're still on 3 fingers. We've done 2 fingers, 2 and 3, 3 and 4, 2 and 3, 1 and 2. Then we've done what do we do? 2 and 4 we started with, and then 1 and 3. We did all of those, and then we're doing the stretch. We did, we're doing 1, 2, 3, or 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3. Now we're using 1, 2, 4, and then 1, 3, and 4, just so we're all up to speed. So 1, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 4. 1 and the 2, you know what to do. And we're just taking a nice, easy walk through guitar land today. Glad you can join us today. I see the live chat moving along, and I am going to take a little bit of a breather at the top of the hour and take a look back at some of these wonderful comments here. I see Robbie's on board. I see Raul's hanging in there. This is great. Raul, I haven't seen you for a long time, man. I really miss you hanging out. And it's always a pleasure that you roll in, and I know you're a busy guy. I know we're all busy. And once again, we're going to roll back to gratitude and just be thankful that we have any time to spend together at all. Building each other up, super important, super important thing. There's enough insecurity out there and demoralization to go around for many, many lifetimes. And so I think it's safe to say that we want this live chat to be a place of building and building up. I think it's pretty, a lot of it goes without saying. We were talking about this the other day with a small crew of us, creators who were on the internet, sort of like on a Zoom or whatever, on a Google Meet, right? And we were talking about, like, what do we do? Do we set community policies, or 124, 124, 124? Do we set, like, for the sometimes, but not always, we have some sort of like wingnuts, whack jobs come by, or people, let's not use those terms. Let's use a term like people who are prepared to just say whatever for whatever response they're soliciting, For whatever reason, we don't deal with that a whole lot here, or at least I don't, and that means that Kevin's doing an extremely good job of sort of insulating us from the heat rounds that might be, the slings and arrows that might be coming our way. But if what we were talking about is setting policies and policy setting. So if we were to set a policy so that, you have to agree to this, and this, 5 or 6 or 7 bullet points, or you'd have to read a little paragraph and click I agree in order to come in and talk. I don't see where that makes any difference to me at all, because I just assume that we're all good intentioned or well intentioned, and that if you're not well intentioned, you don't need a policy to be told that you're going to be booted, right? I'm kind of wondering a little bit about that philosophy of, like, setting expectations, setting guidelines. I understand that, but we're doing the slow roll thing here, so we're just taking our time. And if someone comes by and someone wants to join us, they can visit for free and stay for free as long as they want, and even come back for free. But I think it's got to be, of your own free will and accord, because the guitar, like anything else, like learning anything else new, the guitar, the chitarra is it's a hard instrument to wrap the self around. It's a complex instrument, and you have to really want it, I think, to be able to, especially to show up every day, right? Like you guys. I think that's a hard thing to do. The showing up part is probably one of the most challenging parts. So once we stop showing up, we fall out of the pattern of showing up, right? And then pretty soon we're just kind of like no longer guitar players. And so those are all choices that we make, right? And that's okay. They're neither good nor bad, as long as we're kind of like keeping the lights on and surviving and all that stuff. I think we're pretty much free to make that. To me, like, the guitar is a luxury item. Playing the guitar is a luxury item. It's a luxury experience. It's not something that just kind of I'm entitled to do. I think I have to work really hard at it. And I think that's what some of us figure out. And people like Wes Montgomery will go a lifetime in perfecting, and then Eric Johnson Mr. Johnson will go a lifetime perfecting and never really quite be happy. There's always some a little bit higher arc that we could reach. And so that's probably inherent in many of us here in this live chat, right? So we've graduated to fingers 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and we're before the top of the hour, so we're making really great time today. So join me with the 1, 2, 3, 4 exercise, and we'll work our way through this piece of cake. There we go, saying cake again. I didn't eat breakfast. I have this morning, in case you're wondering, I do have my ginger and red bush tea going. It's an African red bush. It's a really great little combo in the morning. So gut health, anti-inflam, you know, cardio improvement, you know, that kind of stuff. I guess, you know, I don't know. I guess they've been using it a long time, and it's an African sort of remedy. And I'm just, you know, just enjoying the benefit of hundreds of years, or maybe thousands of years of experience, right? Just all this little cup. So we got our way. We're working through we're almost finished with the bulk, you know, the bulk of the single finger or the little finger grouping exercises. It's so I'm kind of wondering where we want to go. I don't want to put all of the the weight on you all for the direction for the last 15 minutes. But if any one of you has an idea, maybe we can formulate a composite synthesis of a few ideas. But I think now would be a great time, or when we take a break at 8 o'clock to stretch. It might be a good idea to share some thoughts about where to go, because I think this is a group effort. And then so what I wanted to do is, I also wanted to tell you, I think I'm going to do a live stream. I don't know if it's later today. I'm still working on schedule. I don't know if it's today or tomorrow. But I am going to work, because I haven't had time. I've been right on screech, and I'm definitely feeling it. Let me come back to this in a second. Let's go ahead and do the 1, 2, 3, 4, the stretch 4, and then we'll do the kickstand exercise, because I see Jill's in the house. But I'm going to do a live stream. I haven't yet had a chance, an opportunity to commit to the tablature, to writing the tablature. I'm going to do an instructional walkthrough of our Oh Holy Night arrangement that I released. It's on, it should be on Apple Music and Spotify today, but definitely Apple Music today. It's the audio file, the audio version. That's, you know what I modeled the thumbnail after? I modeled the thumbnail after James Taylor's Christmas album. You know, with the white font and then the red font underneath it. So if you go look at James Taylor's Christmas album, and you take a look at the single for the Jason Carey Oh Holy Night, you'll see some color similarities. You'll see some layout similarities. But that was a lot of fun. We had that modeled after Mr. Taylor's approach. So I love that Christmas album so much, you know. Just, I think it's one of my favorites. Other than the Pentatonics, I don't know, the Pentatonics Christmas records are just so amazing. Like the Mary Did You Know? Like the Pentatonics are just ridiculously crazy. Ridiculously good, you know. So anyway, so that Oh Holy Night arrangement is going to be, I am going to tab it out. I am going to give you the tabs for free, like I said I was going to do. And hopefully you have some time to dial it in. And so I thought the only way I'm going to really be able to do this is if you're at, I think most of you who are here are channel members. So I'm just going to do it for channel members. And there's a $5 tier, there's a $9 tier. And either one of those tiers will get you into the live stream. I'm literally going to walk slowly through the song, articulating all of the pieces, but then the arrangement, and then I'm going to write it out while I go. So I'm literally going to walk through every single part, and you can digest that and absorb it. And after that time, I'm going to drop a link so that you can go grab the video, the tablature, so you can do that. But keep an eye out for that live stream, and then after it's done, I'll go ahead and keep it available on demand. If you can't make it, I'll email it out to you or something like that. But I'll be sure that you get the tablature if you want it, if you would like it. Let's go ahead and get the kickstand ripping here. So 1E and 2, Merry Christmas and fish 4E, and we're kicking that first finger back. Let me just get my guitar on my other lap here. And I know this is not the most flattering angle, but and sometimes we'll start with upstroke, up, 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 just to be sure we distribute power evenly. We don't want the downstroke, who's already sort of like enabled with gravity, to command the downstroke. We want to share responsibility evenly in any good marriage. And let's see, so Isaac, so what a pleasant person. Well, that's quite a compliment right there. Thank you. Good morning. Oh, someone's sending the roses over. Those are great. Those are fun to look at. Coop Dog, the drummer. Oh, Coop Dog, what's going on? Coop Dog. That's a cool handle right there. Yeah, Coop Dog. So let me ask you a question. Are you a drummer? Oh, do you play piano? So I remember in university, when we were going through university, all of us, whether we were piano players or not, and all my drummer buddies sort of hated it at first, but it's a prerequisite, it's a required course to take piano lab, to study piano, like to do several months, like a few semesters of piano. So if you're not, you must be doing piano lessons too, I would think. And if you're not, might I encourage you to start those sooner rather than later? Yeah, self-study is sufficient maybe in some cases, but if you have a piano tutor, access to a piano tutor, what a beautiful opportunity. You're starting with scales, crossovers, and then triads, inversions, with seventh chords, and all of those things. Learn a few tunes and stuff. And then, great opportunity. It's great to hear that you're taking music lessons, so you're clearly taking things seriously. Let's go ahead. We reached the top of the hour. I'm going to unbutton the strap here and then bring this down. This is typically what I'll do. So in the live stream where we're working through the arrangement together, what I'll do is I'll be using my book. I'll have a pencil or some writing utensil, and then I'll be figuring out parts of pieces of the arrangement of Oh Holy Night, doing this, placing my paperwork down here and making notes, going back to reference the arrangement again, and then doing this. So that's the format. It's literally going to be just you and me talking our way through it. It'll be a really fun process to watch if you can make it, so you might like it. Yeah, it's specifically for you, for the member, for the channel member. So that relates to a few of you, actually several of you in the live chat here. So don't hesitate to become a channel member and explore it for a month or two. It's pretty cheap, you know, $4 or $5 a month. It'll get you in the door for some of the things, and then you know, $9 or $10. There's another one that's coming that's going to be an extension of this, what we're doing. That's going to be $30 a month, but we meet quite a bit more, and then we all meet together in Google Hangout, in a Google Meetup. So that's something that will occur every week. So it's more like a seminar sort of approach. And we're going to open it before 2026 for like $20 a month, $19.90. So if you're an early adopter, one of those kinds of people, you can look at the memberships opportunity. And you can actually upgrade your membership to that or get that membership, but it will give you access to Morning Ritual for Guitar Growth, uh, uh, deeper stuff for 2026. And you know, it's not going to be for everyone. You know, it might seem like it's a lot of work and you don't want to keep up, but we're going to keep in mind that we don't want the overwhelm. None of us want the overwhelm. We don't want to be overwhelmed with mental capacity. We don't want to be overwhelmed with just another thing to do that I'm never going to pay attention to. We don't want, you know, just another thing. And so if you've been here long enough, you know what you know, you kind of have an idea about what we might get up to, and that'll become a little more clear as we get ready to roll that out. But I did say I was going to go through some of those comments, and I didn't do that. So I did go through a stretch. I hope you stretched with me. So let me take a quick look and see if we can get right through a few of these comments that I've been wanting to check out. And I feel like it's been a little bit more helpful. Valerie, good morning. Coop, play on it. So I'm going to learn piano. So I want to perform in front of people in my dream in the next 10 to 13 years. From now, I want to be on Jimmy Fallon's show. Wow. So like the drummer? Yeah, good for you. That's a wonderful goal. It's so important to have goals, isn't it? Merry Christmas to, oh yeah, Merry Christmas. Yeah, Raul, man, what a great surprise. What a pleasant surprise. Dan, Jill, can you try Gratitude by Amir Tufani? Oh, sorry to miss that. If you're still here, I hope you're still here, but maybe you're not. Morning, Ms. Bourgeois. All right, so we've got, I think I'm pretty much up to speed. Rejoice in this Christmas season, right alongside. What a great time to reflect. Savior has come to give us a free gift of love, joy, peace, and hope. And yeah, redemption, repentance. Yes, very, very important, you know, time of year for many. It's important to have goals because it's better than not knowing nothing what to do. Yeah, yeah, amen, brother. Yeah, you got that right. You got that. So you can do it, and you can do it in a clean way too. I had a lot of people tell me that you had to do the sex and drugs and rock and roll thing if you were going to play guitar. Oh, you're going to play, and you can do it clean. You can make this an honest business. You really can do it. So it sounds like you might be young enough to say that too. I'd like to really, you know, if you have questions about the process, I'm here to help out in any way I can. I have a good friend of mine you might be interested in, is Scott K. Fish. He was the managing editor for Modern Drummer magazine. He interviewed Neil Peart, you know, that very multiple times, and was good friends. We'd go up into Toronto and hang out with Mr. Peart, and you know, all of those things, like Ringo Starr interviews, you know, all of these things. So he's been around the horn a little bit, and he has a really great blog that you might enjoy. It's called Life Beyond the Symbols, and you can find him here on YouTube, Scott K. Fish. I would encourage you to follow up because he's taken all of his Modern Drummer interviews that he did when he was interviewing, and he's recorded all of them, and he's basically converting them into audio videos that you can go watch. You can literally hear Neil Peart talk through his responses from the 1983 or whatever, the April 1st issue, that really super famous Modern Drummer, kind of like blew up Modern Drummer magazine. And of course he's done all of the jazz greats, the legends, and he didn't quite get to John Bonham before he passed, but he was on the books. He was ready to go the next Thursday, but he passed. So I thought you might get a kick out of that. You have to be serious about what you doing. Well, I know a lot of people who, I know a lot of us who show up and just kind of fool around. We wanted to fool around with music, and that's okay too. You know, it's okay. It's okay. Whatever you decide you want to do in life, you're going to be a great success at it, and it'll be okay. All right, just remember that. So let's go ahead and start with 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're doing the old diagonal patterns. And I didn't really see anyone having any sort of input for the last 10 or 15 minutes. So what I'll do is I think we'll carry on from where we left off yesterday. We'll talk about what if we were Mr. Van Epps and we wanted to approach the guitar. Maybe we'll start expanding on our Jingle Bells arrangement. That would be fun. Yeah, we're good. Let's go ahead and do one more thing. So one of the things that I wanted to really talk about, Cliff 80, what's going on? Pete Best was a better drummer. The Beatles were jealous of Best because he got all the women. There you go. Investing time and effort is one thing. When you invest dollars, that shows commitment. That's what I wanted to mention, was the fiscal note that gets attached to the serious endeavor, right? There's always a cost. There's always a cost, and you're right. When you start paying for it, it changes everything, right? You can show up and you can be a volunteer, and everyone takes your input. As soon as you get paid for your input, it's a different game, right? Different game. Coop the drummer. Do I teach lessons? I do teach. I'm kind of booked right up. I had one opening that got consumed, and I do have a few hours a week that I keep open for people who want to learn. If you're interested and you want to talk about it, you can email me at grow or Jason at jasoncareyguitar.com. And I'd love to hear what you want to do, what your goals are. I'd love to help out. If I can only look at an email and maybe assist with goal development or whatever, that's great. We can talk. I'd love to talk with you about it. I'm right here. So Jason at jasoncareyguitar.com. And you can email anytime. So Pentatonics, I've been thinking about, we have a couple more minutes, so I wanted to really work through, we've been working through and should be pretty familiar with shape number 1. Now, shape number 1 is going to be, basically the one that we all learn first. It's this one, you'll 1, 4, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, fingers 1 and 3, and then fingers 1 and 4, and 1 and 4 on the top again. So it's really basic pattern, and it's super approachable, and we all learn it. Many of us learn it. Yes, I think gear is pretty important too. I think one guitar, one good patch cable, and one good amp is really all you need, but you can't substitute the sound of a Rickenbacker. You just can't do it. So having multiple axes can prove useful. I wanted to patternize this, so I want to go up, and then I want to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, and then go back to the second degree. 1, 2, 3, up 4, and then we don't patternize a lot here because it's sort of a heavy lift. this is really important for so I'm starting at 1, 2, 3, 4 down, and then going back to the next degree down, doing 4, descending 4 from there, going back to the next down, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and then we really should take that through each pattern, right? So we have pattern number 5. I always tell people that they're amazing no matter what, and always smile no matter what happens, because when you smile, your heart, oh, you are amazing. I want to go to hospitals to give, oh, flat, yeah, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea. So we've got this really nice pentatonic system going. And then we have this, you know, these patterns. And then we can, you know, use triplets. Triplet figures are really good. Make the donuts early today. I hope you have a good day today, Jill. Have a super day. Thanks for being here. Yeah, donuts. Yeah, just noodling around now, and I'm thinking we're just kind of at the toward the end of what's going on here. So we were talking yesterday about Jingle Bells, and I wanted to start here with open height. I'm out to crew, off to the gym. Yeah, right on. Is leg day today? Is leg day? What are you up to today? Just real quick. Not really any of my business, but you know. Feel free not to answer, obviously. But I'd show up with a backpack on with like 4 or 5 2-liter bottles full of water on it, and I'd just crush that Stairmaster for like hours, and then I'd sweat all over the thing, and they'd come and wipe it off underneath me while I was on the machine. So I thought that was kind of wild. Chest and back. Yeah, there you go. Go get it. Go get it, man. Crush it. All right, so we'll see you tomorrow, hopefully, and you take good care of yourself and all that stuff. It's inspiring to hear that you're doing that. My son built a gym in the basement of his house. He's like, man, he's serious. He's like, well, he's a young guy. He just hammers on it. Let's talk about Jingle Bells. So we're in the key of C. We're in the key of C, right? So we've got this old C chord happening that we know and love so well. You can see the first fingers on fret number 1 on the B string. Big lat spread. Cheers. Yeah. Go get it. Go crush something, will you? Stop talking about it. Get on it. All right, so we've got this really nice, you know, C major triad. We're taking it up through the guitar fretboard, and then I can try to teach you the guitar, I think, yeah. I mean, you know, you can email me if you'd like. We can get the convo started there, dude. If you'd like, we can do that. But we have to, you know, we want to be sure that it's going to work for you, what I can offer, and when I can offer it, and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I mean, it's a little bit of a discussion, but that's exciting. It's very exciting to the prospect of younger people starting out. So I can start with here, this jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. And I haven't moved from the C chord, that open C triad yet. So let's place the pickup here so we can see what's going on. And then I'm using that open G, fret 1 on the B string, and then fret 3 on the high E string. And then this is the melody. Oh, this is the melody, and this is the open high E string. Oh. Then we're moving up to the F. Pluck the right strings here. That's kind of a cool tone to have the pick go through the string and slap onto the next smaller string while it's, you know, coming off the fretboard and slapping on back onto the fretboard. It's a kind of a cool little sound, cool little tone. That's the D minor with the first inversion. So we have the D note here, the A, and then the F, right? And then moving back and forth between the D minor with the C major and then this D minor again. And then we have the G, which we could play way up here, right? Or we could use, but I think the 3, 1, 1 on frets 4, 3, 3, those are important. Play that C7 if you want before the F. So this is a great way to utilize triadic studies on the guitar, right? Great way. The Breaking Bad theme, what a great show. I've heard. Hey Raul, I appreciate you being here. We'll talk to you. You stay awesome too, my friend. I hope you're doing well over there, man. I really do. It's so good to see you, and we'll see you again soon. All right, well, come say hello. Go check out Raul's channel. He's he blindfolds his eyes so that he can play the guitar even harder. Yeah. So check out Raul McWenna's channel. Go ahead and do that. You're gonna love it. You will not regret it. It's just so fun to watch and observe the fingerstyle work that he's really working his you know, fingerstyle approach, and it's slow, it's honest, it's easy to watch, and it's not inflated at all. It's just super cool, like stuff that you want to be doing on your own guitar. You know what I mean? So go check him out. Say hello when you go. Mike Shank style, yeah. So we got the so yeah, I think that's about where we are. You know. So I probably would go for that C with the first inversion before I approach that D with the first inversion. Headed back to that C, and then we're headed up to the F. We could use this. We could use that D minor there, or that G7, right? An inversion of the G7 might make sense too, Kevin, right? Or we could use that C to D minor to the G7, which indicates that chord change. It's indicative of harmonic movement. I think I prefer that moving from the diatonic to, you know, that soft sort of tertiary harmony to the 7th chord harmony here before we hit that G. So we carry that G triad as an extension of this flat 7, 3, and 5 voicing that we are playing for the G7. Right. So we can start to expand on that and get a little bit, you know, get a little bit deeper in the song. But my plans for today are playing guitar. How about you? What are my plans? Play guitar all day long, my friend, until the cows come home. I haven't seen any cows. I don't even think I own any cows, so I don't expect them to be home anytime soon. Did I just see a gift come through here? Hey, Laughing Disco. That's pretty cool, man. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I really do. Robbie, you have a good day yourself. Yeah, I'm just winding down. I think we're done a little bit early today. So let me take a look at this up here, you know, in a different position. I've got the C on the D, G, and B strings. There it is, and then moving up to the F. See where that arrangement's going. But Kevin, I appreciate you being here, man. You have a good day today, and until the cows come home. That's right. Yeah, I don't think they're coming home anytime soon, but I'm just going to noodle out for the next minute. You guys have yourselves a little merry holiday time, and we'll catch up with you again tomorrow, 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time.
That's about it for me today. What do you guys think? Get out of here. All right, you guys have a super day, and making it look easy. I would love to make it look easy and sound good at the same time. So maybe one day I'll figure that out. Oh shoot, thanks Lex, I appreciate that, man. Can you play some song that I will recommend? Mook, are you still here, Mecca? If you're still here, go ahead. If you're not, I understand. Be careful with my guitar, brother, please. Holy Ghost Grass. Oh yeah, right on. That's pretty cool. Holy Ghost Grass, very nice. Yeah. All right, I think that's about it. I gotta get going. I've got a ton of stuff that I need to do, and I'm sure you do too. So if you'd like to join again or be here tomorrow morning at 7:30 a.m. at 7:30 a.m. for about an hour, so bring your guitar, bring your good self, and maybe we'll see you again then. And until we meet again, I really wish you all happy